Shout out to the Shake Squad, Know the Gang, stand up, it's your boy Shake. Today we got some new information about adrenaline boosts, or what I like to call sprint bars, but we'll get into that later. Today, Mike Wang made it clear exactly how they work, and we're gonna discuss that in today's video. We had a few things change since the last time I had a chance to play the game, so time to update you guys. But before I do that, definitely check out yesterday's video. I dropped an epic top 10 plays of the year for NBA 2K22. I want you guys to support your fellow 2K community. All you gotta do is peep the video, check the link in the description to vote, and show love to your favorite play. So as you guys know, 2K implemented a brand new feature for 2K23 called Adrenaline Boost. 2K said it's a feature designed to prevent over dribbling. There are 3 available boosts per player per possession, shown as 3 small bars under your stamina meter. Furthermore, boosts are consumed every time you perform a hard go or explosive sprint launch. Once your 3 boosts are gone, you'll notice that your speed and acceleration decrease significantly for the remainder of the possession. As with dribble combos, it's important to play smart basketball and be efficient with your movement rather than zigzagging back and forth aimlessly trying to get around the defense. So of course, this is 2K's attempt at reducing some of the exploits that we saw in 2K22 with speed boosting left to right, especially behind screens. And for me, after playing the game, I didn't actually know what was going on initially, but it didn't seem like it took away the fun factor away from dribbling. I was still able to get past defenders, still able to get some highlights, do a lot of dribble pull-ups, things like that. I just feel like I had to be more precise with my decision making and actually rely on some other teammates to do some work as well. But of course, this sparked a lot of debate over social media if whether or not 2K is overreacting with this, especially after we saw some footage where Lonzo Ball lost a lot of his stamina just dribbling back and forth. You guys can see that footage right here. For me, I started thinking about what kind of badges are gonna support dribbling, like handles for days, and of course, what happens when you do your workouts and get that extra stamina bar, or you get gym rat done. So as a my player, you might still have some extra stamina to maintain your dribble. So today, Mike took to Twitter to further explain Adrenaline Boost. Adrenaline boosts are restored on shot clock resets, also toying with the idea of slowly replenishing 1 or 2 if you slow down and wait long enough. From Next Maker feedback, we're also going to support boosts on defense. Steal and block attempts will cost a boost. We got a question from the Real Easy Allen on boosts. If boost refreshes after every possession, that means if I lose a boost or 2 on defense and we get the ball back on offense, my boost then restarts back to 3? And Mike says yes, your boost will be refilled completely on either offense or defense with possession changes. So when I played the game, I was a little confused at first, but it looked like the adrenaline boosts were restored as long as there was a change of possession. So if you over dribbled and lost all your bars in that possession, as long as your team scored or the defense recovered the ball, you got them all back. I like the idea of slowly replenishing 1 or 2 of them to some degree, because if the guy doesn't have his hands on the ball and he's not some overpowered point guard running behind screens, at the end of the day, if he's not touching the ball, he could potentially return some of his sprint bars back. That might not be a bad idea. In a lot of ways, it still supports the direction that 2K is trying to go in with making their basketball game look a lot more realistic. Now, having the boost as well on defense is very interesting. This means if you're constantly spamming X or square or playing reach fence instead of defense, constantly finding yourself out of position and having to sprint back all the time, you will be punished. I can only imagine what the 1v1 results is gonna look like too, as a defender reaches or gets tired from constantly sprinting back on a guard who's killing them with specific moves. Every time I get a bucket on you, I'm gonna be like, I got bars. But the same goes for defense. In fact, the new catchphrase is gonna be, I ain't got no bars. Imagine being mad at your teammate for not passing you the ball when you sprint to the rim when you was wide open. He missed you on that pass and you lost a bar. And for all you guys that constantly cut to the rim, just clogging up the paint with no direction, you might end up being forced to be a corner sitter for that rest of that possession because you ain't got no bars. Mike further explains, when you use up your defensive boost, you'll get a drop in your steal and block ratings. Hopefully this gets rid of some of the spamming. Here's a tip, just make a build with a really high steal rating or really high block rating. And when you get that drop to your block or drop to your steal, you're still intercepting passes, still getting bump steals, so you ain't worried about nothing. There's a lot more information that Mike covered over Twitter today. We had a question from Frosty who said, is the new fast break rule in the game where if the opposing team fouls your team to stop the fast break, you get to shoot the free throw and get the ball? I'm tired of teams fouling my big when he comes down with the board and stopping the break. That is very true. That happens a lot in 2K. Mike says, yes, the new take foul rule will be in the game. You're really gonna have to stop spamming square or X after the defensive rebound. We got another question from Vince Logan for the dunk commands. If I make a left-handed player, does the command switch? For example, you said right on the pro stick is for the strong hand. Can it be left as my strong hand? And Mike says the left and right commands flip for lefties. So if you're a lefty, make sure you got that information down. Great question from Picasso. He says for 2K23, since we won't know whether we green or not until after the shot, are you all removing green light animations as well? And Mike says we designed them to play under different circumstances, but they're still in the game. So you're still gonna get those green light jump shot animations. We've got an incredibly specific question from Devon Rhodes. He says, as someone who struggled to find a consistent jump shot for the past few years, I finally landed on T-Mac's Trey Burke base Kobe release. I noticed he has his own shot this year. Is it the same shot? And Mike says, T-Mac has a new shot. He actually came to mocap it for us this year. T-Mac is one of my favorite players ever, so this is great news for me when I get a chance to use his player. But this could be bad news for Devon. PG Smooth asked a good question. Is auto steal for interceptor back? Or do you still need to hit X to intercept the pass? And Mike says, no auto steals. So 2K is not holding your hand on defense. You gotta play good defense. And we had a good question from Ayo AJ. Says Mike, are hop steps gonna be useful again? Not OP like they were in 20, but at least useful to do. And Mike says hop steps in Euros are much more useful in 2K23. Layups felt a lot harder to block when I played the game. As long as you had to step on the defender and you did like a scoop layup, there's all these new animations. Makes it very difficult on the defense to block those. With these kind of changes, it definitely feels like 2K wants to promote a smarter brand of basketball. They don't want one particular guard to try to go for 50 points speed boosted all over the place. And they don't want some of those so-called clamp guards to be pressing the point guard in the backcourt all game and still spamming in the passing lanes and on ball on the perimeter all game either. Seems like there was a major emphasis on 5v5 play. So when you guys go to the rec or the team pro-am, they want you to utilize your teammates more. And they want to reduce the spamming on offense and defense. Couple things you need to do as a team with this new information. Since you can't dribble spam, you're gonna need another bucket getter on your team. What is a bucket getter? That is somebody else who, if you run out of bars, he can also get you a bucket out of the post or maybe isoing from the corner, has a nice jab step, triple threat offense. Number two, everybody needs at least one old head to play lock. You're gonna have to learn how to break the zone or become more efficient at it. Once you break the zone and they're forced to play man, you can run some floppy offenses, setting backdoor screens and things like that to get other teammates open. Some of this is gonna be pretty challenging for you guys that run with randoms. Of course, the game is gonna be chaotic as usual. And number three, we need to start getting used to admitting when we F up. Stop always blaming 2K for everything you do wrong. Everybody has somebody like that on their team where they just always blame 2K. At some point, you have to admit that you might have just pushed the wrong button or moved the right stick in the wrong direction. We're in season 8 right now, and I haven't even mentioned left-right cheese or some guard left-right cheesing me since like season 1 or 2. And I'm at a point now where if I'm running point and my lock is not locking that dude up, it's gonna look like that guy dropped 40 on me. So you think I'm yelling at the guy for left-right cheesing? I'm thinking about my lock who's not doing his job behind them screens. Most of the time, I'm the one that guards the best ball handler on the other team, and I run the offense, so I'm probably doing a little too much. That's only because after doing this for as long as I've been doing it, I got trust issues. But doing too much in 2K23 might get your ass graded out. So let's start utilizing our teammates a lot more, start understanding the game they want us to play. We're gonna have to be more efficient and precise with our controls, and stop blaming 2K for every time we're out of position or you take the wrong kind of shot. It's probably you not really being in the lab as much as you're supposed to be. So I hope this video made some sense. A lot of times you guys complain because you've made a build that can't necessarily do what you think it's supposed to do. So I got you guys covered. I've got a few more build videos that are coming out real soon. Some safe builds that'll help you get through season 1 and season 2 in that learning curve so you're not constantly messing up your team, getting graded out, and having a frustrating experience. This is a new game. I'm up for the challenge. After playing it, I don't think it was that hard. In fact, I had a lot of fun with it, so I look forward to 2K23. It's your boy Shake. Smack that like and subscribe. Turn on notifications for more news, build videos, and information with regards to 2K23 and other things. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Oh,